would like them, all of them, to acknowledge him, even if they win an award, acknowledge him because he gave you the stomping ground.
Mm-hmm. Most people don't know Nicki Minaj came out of that camp. French Montana came out of that
all
camp.
of
Most
them.
people don't know half those people. We know. But most people don't know that.
I would not want to be Jay-Z right now because 50 Cent just lit him up after claims surfaced that he tried to put Nicki Minaj under a conservatorship. Wild, right? And listen, if any of this is true, Nicki has to move smart or she could end up treated like Wendy Williams. Scary stuff. Word is that Rock Nation allegedly lined up doctors to label Nick Minaj with bipolar and schizophrenia so they could tuck her in a facility and drain her pockets. Straight ruthless if real. Street Chatter says 50 already peeped the play and quietly tipped Nicki off. Big move. She thought they were just boosting other female rappers to edge her out. But the rumor goes the real mission was to erase her completely. Now that's a plot twist. The sparks flew a few days back after Nicki clashed with Charlemagne and Gucci's wife, Keisha Cole, over comments from her stop at the Breakfast Club. Messy timing. Low key. If Keisha and the Breakfast Club never brought Nicki up, this tea might have stayed buried because the internet wouldn't be connecting these alleged dots so fast. The whole thing snowballed within hours, clips everywhere, timelines popping, and fans decoding every sentence like it's a crime board. Then Nicki jumped on X minutes after the interview exploded and dropped this heat. No filter. Gucci wife has been trying to beam me for years, been dying for the spotlight for years. She's there to keep Gucci sedated. Charlemagne. The fraud is Jay-Z, friend and business associate using heart radio for these disgusting ploys against innocent families. Nicki went off, saying he was in Wendy's orbit before her whole life crashed, and she didn't mince words either. The buck stops here, baby. Bookmark this tweet, was the energy. Plus, she demanded, LAPD, where's the evidence of my home being swatted with a toddler inside 4 times? That was the first time she ever tied Wendy Williams into her rants, and fans locked in instantly because that connection was loud. She basically hinted that Charlemagne was sent into Wendy's world to help some higher-ups tear her down, which had people stunned because Nicki and Wendy weren't cool before Wendy's health struggles. So why defend her now? That flip had folks asking if Nicki knows more than she's saying, and whether there's a bigger playbook behind the scenes than anyone realized. Then Tasha K jumped in and tossed gasoline on the rumor mill, claiming the real reason Nicki mentioned Wendy is because Rock Nation is allegedly trying to put Nicki in a conservatorship just like Wendy. Heavy accusation alert. The claim says certain doctors are on payroll to slap labels on Nicki for conditions she supposedly doesn't have, push paperwork, and lock her finances, which would be a wild move if true. According to Tasha, the only thing stopping that alleged plan is Nicki's marriage, because in a conservatorship, her husband Kenneth would reportedly control the bag by default, not a random court-appointed guardian, which changes the whole equation fast. She even pointed out that the celebs who actually ended up in conservatorships weren't married at the time, which, if accurate, makes this theory hit different, though it's still unproven and should be taken as allegations, not facts.
Not something that is like a conspiracy theory. This shit actually happens. But if they're able to separate Nicki and Kenny, that makes Nicki vulnerable because your husband is your power of attorney. Your husband is your signator on all of your accounts in the event anything goes wrong. Michael wasn't married. Britney Spears was married, but of course they control all of that. And so the mere fact that all these narratives are out about Kenny stealing this to buy chains and buy that, that's not what it is. It's like, you know, they got doctors that are giving out these diagnoses saying that she's schizophrenic and bipolar and all of this stuff. And then Kenny's now here. You know, she trusts Kenny. Of course, they've known each other since they were kids. Their families know each other. And so Kenny is just in the way. And so what do? You create narratives to try to separate, because if you separate, then you can divide and conquer. And so that's what it's about. You know, she's going into her latter years and, you know, there's a lot of money on the line and she's worth a lot, but Kenny is in the way. And so, yeah, I mean, look at what they're doing to Wendy Williams. Had Wendy would have still been with Kelvin, they wouldn't have been able to put her under a conservatorship because she has a husband. So, you know, and like I said, there was only one that was accused of stealing. We're going to leave it at that. Okay?
Here's the twist. Allegedly, Rock Nation is gearing up a smear run on Kenneth, pushing rumors he stole from Nicki so he looks unfit right when a conservatorship play hits the court. Strategic and grimy if true. The idea is simple. Stain his name now, and when it's time to decide who manages Nicki's money, he gets crossed out fast. And look, critics keep pointing at his past cases to say he can't be trusted with a superstar fortune. Hundreds of millions on the line makes that narrative easy to sell, fair or not. That's the lane the whispers are trying to drive, and it's catching traction because receipts, real or fake, travel quick online. Now to the health talk, stop twisting the message, because this isn't about labeling Nicki with something she doesn't have. It's about how diagnoses can be weaponized to freeze someone's power. Allegedly. Nicki Minaj ain't got no schizophrenia, is the claim. And folks are saying mood disorders get spun into legal tools when money and control enter the chat. People bring up other stars as cautionary tales. Remember how some tried to 5150 Kanye for speaking on his struggles? Then the money moves followed, allegedly. Wendy Williams is reportedly in a luxury medical setup while attorneys handle her accounts. Michael Jackson's story still haunts the culture, and Britney fought for years to shake free. These examples keep getting cited because they show how fast autonomy can slip away. Here's the claim being pushed. This feels like a machine move to make Nicki look incapable of running her own bag, and Kenny, the husband, stands in the way of anyone else controlling it. So he becomes target number one, allegedly. Some fans say the tension really spiked after she tweeted about the COVID vaccine, and not long after, she posted that someone close was stealing her money. Now the timeline's got folks connecting dots like it's a board full of red string. According to the chatter, folks first pointed at Kenneth, but Tasha K says the real culprits were Nicki's former assistant Khadijah and ex-best friend Ra Ali. Now that's a plot twist, allegedly. Forget the noise like let. Drank up, shall we? The updated word on the curb claims Khadijah supposedly slid into a new role as Ra Ali's close helper, while whispers say Ra moves both ways, which is their business, but it's the alleged money angle that's got fans buzzing hard. Here's the spicy part. People claim Khadijah handed over Nicki's Apple ID and logins to Ra, and next thing, credit card details were pulled. Again, that's all alleged, but the timeline had the internet going wild. 1 minute it's rumors, the next it's receipts, and suddenly Ra was history in Nicki's camp. Fast moves everywhere. Meanwhile, Nicki jumped on X and posted AI-generated clips of Jay-Z playing in Beyoncé's closet with the caption, "I am your karma." That post hit like a siren and had timelines spinning. Message sent loud and clear. While that stirred the pot, another rumor spread that Nicki got this alleged Rock Nation intel from 50 Cent, who's been pressing Jay since Diddy's legal mess popped up. Heavy industry tension? For sure. The talk is 50 believed Jay and Diddy were moving in tandem back then, which only amps the speculation when names start crossing paths. When Cassie filed her lawsuit against Diddy, 50 publicly backed her, then highlighted the rapid settlement that reportedly came within 24 hours. Fans took that as a red flag. He quoted the moment with, he said he paid that money real quick. Should have done that before the sharks saw the blood in the water. And here they come in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Every woman he put his hand on. Those words exploded across feeds. Then 50 announced plans for a documentary on Diddy, saying he wants to surface the truth about what's been going on and call out anyone who allegedly enabled it. Big promises and bigger smoke. If that film actually lands, expect fallout and a lot of uncomfortable phones ringing. 50 reposted an article about his Diddy documentary and dropped a caption that had timelines buzzing. I thought Diddy was a billionaire music mogul. If he's smart, he will file bankruptcy. Now, anyone with real money knows why I'm saying this. I'm the best producer for the job, guys. Here come the receipts. Straight chest moves. Then he spun the block with a meme. Jay's face slapped on a milk carton under a missing label, plus the jab. Anybody seen Jay? LOL? Puff said, the man ain't answering his phone. Petty and calculated all at once. He kept pressing, posting another pic of Jay with the line, here is Jay-Z, last reported seen waving at Puffy Jet LOL, which had the comments in flames. Just when folks thought 50 was done trolling, he doubled back months later with that super unflattering close-up of Jay and added, Jay in hibernation, like he's ducking the weather till the storm clears. He didn't stop there either. He ain't coming outside till this ish with Puff blow over. No brunch, no lunch, no dinner. LOL, I'm all you got, I'm outside, he wrote, poking at Jay's silence while painting himself as the loudspeaker in the room. Behind the scenes, word is 50 tapped people close to Jay for his documentary, some allegedly appearing on camera, and that's where talk of Roc Nation's supposed plans against Nicki Minaj started surfacing, at least according to the chatter. Now, none of that is confirmed, so keep it stamped as allegations, but Tasha K swears Nicki believes it, which is why this story won't die down. Commenters echoed the energy, saying they are really trying to diminish Nicki, while another insisted, yes, I believe Nicki, she's not crazy, and even brought up, plus Desiree just put her own daughter into a mental hospital for nothing, claims flying everywhere and everyone reading between the lines. Folks also point out Jay-Z has about 10 lawsuits against him, but nobody really speaks on them. More rumors stacking up while the internet runs its own investigation. So what's your take? Did 50 go too far, or is he just pressing for answers in the loudest way possible? And do you think Roc Nation is really trying to put Nicki in a conservatorship, or is this all smoke with no fire? Thanks for watching. Now drop your thoughts below, smash that like, share with the crew, comment your take, and make sure you subscribe to Clout Buzz for more spicy updates.